Friends, today we have the newspaper of 10th July 2024, and the first news is about Putin accept Modi's request to release India's military recruits. As we know that there is a deep engagement and cooperations between India and Russia, specifically in the field of military. And regarding the visit of Indian Prime Minister to Russia is very significant in this time, because Russia and Ukraine are involved, and Ukraine, backed by NATO and US and West, are keen to see that what is happening and how is happening with Russia and India. Even many Western media persons have condemned and give their negative opinion about Indian Prime Minister visit to Russia. But in international arena, they think that matter is the matter of interest of that country. We have not legally bound, and even though mentally given space to the Western criticism as far as it follows the interest of India. And as talking about India's interest, there is a issue that has been witnessed by India and Russia's relation. That is the Indian military recruits that are fighting in the front of battle, that lured from India in a way of giving better employment opportunity. They just are given there, and they just have induct into the war forcefully. India raised this issue with the Russia, and Russia give assurance that they will resolve it as soon as possible in a very prioritized way. And talking about the India's bilateral trade with Russia has target for 2023 as an 100 billion. As of now, Russia is the largest partner of India in defense, and our 70% of India's defense hardware are Russian made. And in the upcoming engagement, we have developed the BrahMos with collective working principle with Russia, and we also importing the S-400 air defense system. Let's see the defense cooperation of India and Russia. Apart from that, the people-to-people bond in Russia and China is at another level, and it can be witnessed by that many songs has been written by in friendship of Russia and India. Move on to the next news, that is from the defense of India's at national level. And Kathua anti-militancy operation step up. Attacker is still live. This attacker happened due to case environment of fear in the valley, and this environment is created by none other than Pakistan, because they don't want peace and stable India. As why? Because they have their own intent of jealousy of not let the neighbor country to be grow more. And we need to be cautious regarding that, and the government and our defense forces, including our security agencies and the intelligence agencies, are working closely to get the best input and neutralize the terrorist attack before they take place. And such type of incidents are case a huge loss to the India, and we are like with the defense and support of our country. Next, Patanjali tells Supreme Court it instructed its source to remove 14 unlicensed medicines. Next news is about Goldman not name in UPSIT report on stampede in Hathras. In Hathras, there is a stampede take place that due to the number and the permission given to the people to arrive is exceed as the number that are participate in this event, and due to stampede there is a loss of people, and for that the administrative is the responsible, as well as we also seek the proper investigation, and the authority that violate the permission should be punished, and justice should be delivered to the people who are victim in this, who laid their life in this stampede. Rahul Gandhi visit Rai Bareli, meet family of Kirti Chakra awardee. The Congress MP offer condolence to the family of late Captain Ansuman Singh, tell mother he will speak to government about ending Agnipati scheme, and also meet party worker on first visit after Lok Sabha. As after 18th Lok Sabha, there is a changing in the modus operandi of opposition, and specifically the Congress party are very active and vibrant, and raise many constructive issues. These issues, one of this issue with the problem with the Agniveer and Agnipati scheme, and he meet with the late Captain Ansuman Singh, who laid their life for the nation. And Kirti Chakra is an award that is given to recognize the sacrifice of the soldier, of the brave soldier of India, and inspire to give inspiration to the people of India. Power sector in Andhra Pradesh inherited loss of 1.29 lakh crore, say Naidu. Andhra Pradesh is recently conclude its state assembly elections, and in this assembly elections, TDP won the assembly, and they have the task to form their capital as the pending task, and this task is to build Amravati as an state capital, and that demand a huge amount of money. And simultaneously, he also is also point out that there is a inherited loss of 1.2 lakh crore in the power sector that need to be held accountable by Jagannath Reddy and YSRCP government for that loss. CM Stalin released book on folk deities, forts of Tamil Nadu that enrich the culture of Tamil Nadu or southern India. Committee proposed opening of Ratna Bhandar on July 14. A budget that drive global growth with instability. As the budget in the line on July 23, there is an opportunity for the government to spell out the medium-term growth and employment perspective, as well as the policy prioritize. And this budget has expectation of delivering to the every section of society, as well as highlighting the relief to the lower section of society, and with the keeping the principle of drive growth with stability. This editorial talk about the safe of manufacturing 3.0 for Modi 3.0. The United States has a stake in ensuring India's success in having a robust manufacturing base. And it talk about the manufacturing in India, how the manufacturing can be done, and what else can be done to improve the manufacturing of a country, because manufacturing precisely the leading factor for contributing and for making a developing country into the developed country. This editorial is talk about a new trend. India need to more than troops to combat militant in Jammu and Kashmir. Persisting the brutality, Russia's pursuit of war in Ukraine has reached a dead end. It's time for talk. As we initially talk about that, there is a Russia-Ukraine war which has entered into the in third year, and that is not good for Russia, Ukraine, and the rest of the world. It impacted and impact the whole world by rising the inflation of oil, by rising the inflation of food price and all. We need to think, and eventually and ultimately we have to come to the table to negotiate to way forward. Why we not take it as now and top first and foremost step. So we need to think, and the peace efforts are attempted by many government, many big leaders, and hopefully we will see the end of this conflict. The inner limitations in executing ICTs. Friend, this is an important article in the field of technology, and in upcoming examination it has take place. And while any word regarding technology, emerging critical technology, it came into the examination, you can write down, and 1 to 2 question can be asked. And whether the question with the help of lecturate or mains or any point asked from you, you can highlight the ICTs. Even the emerging bilateral initiative on critical emerging technology. First of all, you need to understand what is ICT, how it is going to be beneficial for the population and for people of India, and what is its progress, the allied partners. Emerging, it is the initiative on critical emerging technologies, structural challenge endorsed in execution. It includes the quantum computing, artificial intelligence, and many advanced progress that we have discussed with the NSA of USA. Jack Sullivan. India has signed agreement, and it is not only boosts our defense but also boosts our economy and our GDP. And we are expecting 1 to 2 question in the pre, and like one mains question on this topic. And for on ideological clarity, we should know about these ICTs and the mainstream development, so that we can aware about that, and we can take advantage out of this opportunity. So very soon I will bring a clear and dedicated video on ICTs. In 2024, Maoist suffer setback in Chhattisgarh. Insurgency is impacting India's path of progress, and this is still relevant for the under the topic of internal security of India and in the left-wing extremists. And it talk about that in 2024, Maoists suffer severe setback in Chhattisgarh. Not only in Chhattisgarh but all across India, the Maoist is in their least and the last phase of getting disappear from the Indian society, and will eventually progress. So it's very important to read. This is also important. What is the draft digital competition bill? In February 2023, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs constituted a committee on digital competition law to examine the need for separate law on competition in digital market. In this case of digital market, the CDCL has advocated for an ex ante competition regulation. This means that they want CCI enforcement powers to be supplemented such that it allows it to preempt, attempt and prevent digital enterprise from including in anti-competitive conduct in the first place. The overriding statement towards the draft bill has been one of the opposition's. First, there is a consideration skepticism on the how well an ex-ante mode of regulation will work. This system is apart from the fact that it seems to be transferred from EU to India without taking into account differentiating factor between two jurisdictions. My dear friend, digitalization is happening at an exponential phase, and it is the practicality and the thing that we deal with in day-to-day life. Lesser or more, we all impact, whether it is positive or in negative way. And while taking this digitalization and this emerging of technology into a field of competition and business, our government is thinking to plan an equality level playing field for every businessman, and that is the article that talk about the government's response, need and way forward. In this digital competition bill that recently government inducted as copy paste from the European market. Why the government do so? Because they have the understanding that the European digital competition bill is one of the bill that are developed thoroughly by thorough research and development and comply by many tech giants. So they inculcate it in the Indian society as it is, and but there is a challenge that India's jurisdictions and laws are different from the Europe. So we need to think in this domain and work properly. So it is very important. On reducing traffic for smartphone component, India, it is important for day-to-day things of improving Indian road infrastructure. Geospatial view on maternal health care for the tribal population in Gujarat. Day after terror strike, Kathua sea protest against Pakistan. Attack in Kathua leave Uttarakhand shaken. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami paid tribute to the 5 soldiers in Dehradun on Tuesday. Prime accused in Mumbai hit and run case, Mir Shah held. Soumya Swaminathan appointed NTEP advisor. Congress submit breach of privacy privilege notice against PM. India, Russia to boost bilateral trade to $100 billion by 2030. And 22 annual summit, Modi and Putin agree on cooperating in sectors such as energy, infrastructure development and agriculture. Discussing also held on improving connectivity and using national currencies to circumvent Western sanctions. Russia offer compensations citizen to kin of Indian killed in war in Ukraine. That is the justice to the people who sacrificed their life in the Ukraine-Russia war. New Delhi and Moscow call for zero tolerance toward terrorism. PM raised Ukraine war during meet say loss of life is heartbreaking. SFJ declare unlawful associate for 5 more years. SC reject plea against Dalai Lama over kissing video raw. CBI arrests 2 more in a NEET UG paper leak. Center held review of NEP with state to chart 5-year action plan. This is important from the perspective of India's education and the skill set sector that contribute a huge in the policy and intellectual development of society as well as of nation. Apex Kuki tribe body call for 12 hours shutdown in Manipur. Only Sanskrit getting government attentions. Note ban, GST COVID cost 11.3 lakh crore and 1.6 crore informal job. In financial year 23, GVA by unincorporated business was 1.6% below the financial year 16 level. And say India's rating estimates 63 lakh informal enterprises shut down. The loss, particularly to the informal sector, is estimated at 4.3% of GDP in 2023. Rating firm draw data from recently released official issues survey. Unorganized sector contribute more than 44 to the Indian GVA. It is important from the perspective of India's economy and the evaluation of decisions. Myre assist looking to set up global center in a key Indian city. CEO. Minimum support price waiver crucial issue for farmer. Agriculture is a sector that occupy more number of people, and we need to reform this agriculture, and we can expect 1 to 2 questions directly or indirectly from this topic agriculture, and in mains we can expect the question like the minimum support price, the digitalization of technology and kisans, how we can increase the income of kisan, and what is on challenges faced by worker and labor in field and the farmers, and we need to inform and upgrade our farmers. Gaza children's dying in Israel starvation campaign. UN expert. Yemen. Yemen Houthi rebel target ship in the Gulf of Aden near Oman. UN chief meet Pakistan PM to discuss Afghan refugee situations. Jakarta. Toll from landslide near illegal Indonesian gold mine rise to 23. Rescuer search for more bodies at children's hospital struck by Russia. Taliban may give more power to morality police. A Taliban security personnel hold his gun as he riding a zip line near the Kurgha lake on the outskirts of Kabul. China hit back at NATO attack ahead of summit. French parties scramble to gather allies after poll return inclusive result. Israel struck fourth Gaza school in 4 days of killing 10. That's from my side, friend. See you soon. Jai Hind.